And welcome back, everybody, to episode number 3 of Feed the Creeper. How's everybody doing? Well, I've had an interesting week since I've last recorded, and so I recorded episode 1, 2, 3 fairly close to each other because I had quite a bit of time on hand. Look at that oil; it's just delicious looking. And so it's been a little bit since I've recorded. I have been playing quite a bit, and as you can see, we've got some additions to our little island, which is very exciting. So what I'm standing on, some slimy leaves. Yeah, look at this. This is from Tinker's Construct. This is essentially the slimy sapling or slimy trees, and this is going to be essential to making some very powerful tools, like we had before. And yes, I said before. So I had an issue. Can you see it? Oh no, it's not up. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. So yes, I had an issue, and hi Moshmo. Uh, so I was down in the caves, and I was, minding my own business, going through the abandoned mine shaft, lighting things up, going along, and all of a sudden I put a torch on the wall, and all of a sudden this green cube comes up. I'm like, what is that? It wasn't like a solid block. It was like a light block. And then, when I hovered over it, it said gas pocket. And I said, well, that's kind of weird. And by the time I could even think about anything being wrong, it finally exploded and it killed me. And I was like, oh, son of a gun. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I just blew up due to a gas pocket. I mean, there wasn't even a canary that I could check on. Oh man. So, I was like, all right, well I died. I've got a gravestone. Yeah, this is great. I'm just gonna go back, pick it up, and call it a day. And what happened? I got there and there was some stuff on the ground, and the majority of my things were not there. I was so sad. Yeah, I lost all of my equipment. Yes. The only thing that survived was um, my special sword, but the only reason why it survived is because I didn't break it. So yeah, it was not fun. And I'm going to have to start expanding this farm even further. I've got 2 sets of plots here for the farming, and I've just kind of been planting whatever comes into my inventory. But it's providing quite a bit of food, so I'm very happy with it. Alright, we're going to use you, just kind of plant in order. Yep. So anyways, so what does that leave us? Well, we're kind of in rough shape right now. We don't really have much of anything that we can really do to get any number of resources. I mean, we had a fortune pick pretty much, and it's starting to turn night. I think Moshmo will sleep, but let's help out the process, shall we? As I talk to you, and yes, this is something special. So yeah, we're kind of in a tough shape. We lost our good pick that we were using. We lost our good shovel. What else? That's a good thing I didn't make an axe. But another thing that we lost all of the armor, and I'll get to that in a second. And we lost all the armor that Drafter made us. The spring boots. We lost the Thaumcraft armor, and I just enchanted it too. Go figure. So oh well, what does that leave us? That leaves us, well, we got to get stuff going, and that is what we're going to be working on today. So I'm going to finish up my little monologue after I talk about this. So I logged on the other day, and I'm like, oh, someone got me such a nice gift. Oh, they're sweethearts, but look up in the top. It says mariculture. What does that mean? Well, somebody played a prank on me and said, and actually made a piece of stone, went to the trouble of coating it in diamond. Not really diamond, but I don't know. I don't really know how they did this, to be honest. But they made it look like a block of diamond, and I've kind of kept it there because I don't know if I can get diamonds out of that somehow. But thanks, and I think I have an idea who may have done it. Um, so yes, so that is so on to the episode. Yes, this is going to be a little bit longer because it's going to take a lot of uptime. It depends on really how much I'm going to do off camera versus on. But the big thing is we're going to start working on some Tinker's Constructs because we need new tools. We absolutely need it. I want to get quite a bit of things, and if we look at Tinker's Construct as a whole, you know, you can see all these different pieces and things, and I want the hammers so bad. You know, but anyways, so with the basics, you know, what do we, oh, stop scrolling. One. All right. So what do we need to start off with Tinker's Constructs? Well, we do technically need the book, but I already had the book, and I kind of know we're going to need a stencil table. Yes, we're going to need one of these guys. And that requires a blank pattern and a piece of wood planks. Now, what is the stencil table? What does it matter to us? Well, we already have the crafting station. Oh, the tool station. Yeah. So we've got the crafting station. We've got a tool station, which I had built because I was trying to add modifiers to my now long gone tools. And so this is what we're going to do. I believe it's you. Oh, crap. No. There you go. You, and look at that blank pattern. Oh, yeah. And we're going to throw that guy down, and now we got a stencil table. So, what are we going to do with a stencil table? Well, we are going to put it in the floor. Boom. And so what does the stencil table do? Well, we need to make more stencils, or more blank patterns, for sure. There. We're going to do this. And we take this, we throw our blank patterns in here, and we can now go and grab some stencils. And these patterns are important because this is how we're going to create our tools. And so with the blank patterns, we can take materials into the tool, no, not the here, into a different piece, and we'll get there in a second. So I'm going to get some of the required tools, and I will be right back. And, whoa. When I say tools, I mean pieces, of course. All right, I'll be right back, guys. And we are back. Okay, so I was missing one more tool, or one more item, and that was the part builder. And in order to build one of those, we got to get a wood log, put another blank pattern, and this is how we actually create all the tools. Now, the nice thing about this is that when it's next to a pattern chest, you don't have to open up the chest. It actually will access the storage, which is really nice. So, if we come back to here, we start looking at some more of these guys. We already got that one. We got the axe head, and now we can get the sword blade, the guard, which is important, hand guard. And we're just going to keep going through here. Now, the only tough thing... Ooh, this is important. The only thing... Ooh, pan. Might as well. So we are in the pan. That we're going to have to do is we are going to have to go caving a bit. It's important because... where are you? There. Good. We got a lot of them. So we're going to have to go caving because you cannot make all the patterns. Some of them you are going to have to find. So that is kind of a pain in the buttocks. All right. So we've got, for the most part, a lot of the important ones that we're going to need, especially this tool rod here. We've got a sword blade. We've got the tool binding, and we've got a pickaxe head. So we can at least start and get some of the basics done. But from there, and you know what? Let's kind of go from that. So let's get this in here. Let's say we want to use wood. We can get a tool rod, and we will get a stick back. Now, what does that mean? So if we look at this tool rod pattern, you can see there's a material cost below the name, and that is 0.5. So it will use, in order to create one of these, it requires half of the actual material. So when it comes to a wood plank, you'll get a stick back. And then, so what I could do, instead of using a plank, I could throw here, and I can just use one, and that's a 1-for-1 because that's half of that. If we look at other ones, we can see they have material costs of 1, more 0.5s, and as you start getting into the more expensive things, like the bigger tools, the plates and all that stuff, you're going to see more need for different things, or for more materials. So if we want to create the basic things, I don't actually want to use wood because it's not actually a good material. It doesn't actually help us in the long run. So let's go in and grab some stone. For sure. Yep. And this is going to be important to us because, nope, not you, you. All right. So we're going to get a tool rod pattern. Yep. And we're going to do this. Yep. And as you can see, how do we get from here? We got a stone shard. So we got a stone tool rod, which I want to create, and we get a shard from that. And that's great because we can then use that to, actually tool binding pattern. Throw one of these and use that piece for something else. Now, the reason why I'm making stone stuff is because we're going to need to make casts. And casts are going to be used to pour the molten metal, once we get to that point, into molds. That way we can get more advanced tools. So when you're first starting out, it's always good to make as many of these patterns as possible, and that way you can get all of your casts done as soon as possible. Because once you get your casts done, then you are pretty much done with those things. You don't have to do it again, assuming that you don't have it destroyed by a creeper explosion, of course. And I've got too much stuff in my inventory, so I'm going to, again, this is going to be a little bit of a choppy episode because I don't want you to necessarily need to watch everything. And you know what, let's eat this real quick. So I'm going to come back and we are going to start phase 2 of our Tinker's Construct. I'm going to have all of the parts that I can possibly eat. No, all the parts that I can possibly make from the tool pattern. I'm going to have a pattern, and I'm going to have a stone version of them, so that we can then start working on some casts, of course, starting with the important ones and working our way down. So I will be right back, and we will start the next part. And we are back, and I have a chest full of supplies. Very excited. Look at all these wonderful things. With these, we shall make many, of course. So, great. We have a bunch of stone pieces. Now, what the heck do we do with them? Of course, well, maybe we could try to put them together, but that would be a waste, of course. The only thing that I do not actually have represented here as far as what I can build, if we go into the pattern here, you can see we get the fletchling pattern, we've got the arrowhead, which I do have an arrowhead, and we get the bowstring pattern. And the fletchling and the bowstring aren't made of stone. Those are for creating arrows. The fletchling is for the little the feathers or the little extensions off the back of the arrow, and obviously the bowstring is made of some sort of string. And there are 3 different kinds, but we'll get to there eventually, of course. So, what are we going to do now? In order to utilize that more effectively, we need to create our first multi-block system, and it is the forge. Yeah. We need to create a forge, and this snow block is pretty much a good representation of what we're going to be seeing. Now, this is obviously a smaller version. And it's not going to be made of stone, of course. So in order to create the Tinker's Construct Forge, we are going to need to create a couple more base pieces. And dang it, I hate the rain. Alright, so in order to get that, let's look here. We need to create a couple of different pieces. This is a multi-block system, so it actually uses a bunch of different blocks, and once you get the creation correct, then from there it will actually activate. So we need to start off by creating some seared bricks. Now, to create a seared brick, you have seared bricks. You need to create a seared brick, and that is created by smelting grout, and grout is created by mixing clay, sand, and gravel. So I've actually gone ahead and gotten some clay, sand, and gravel. Now, I'm not sure if I have enough sand for everything, but we should have enough to get us started, of course. So let's go into our shapeless crafting here. What is that before? Mixed sand. Interesting. Grout. Boom. Now I've got 2 stacks of that, which is very nice. We can throw it into our redstone furnace and let that sucker cook up. We need some more water. And in a later episode, once I get my tool situation back under control, we will upgrade our our smelting capabilities, but for now this is going to have to do, just because, you know, we've got priorities. And while we're waiting for this to cook, yeah, give me that seared bricks. While we're, you know, you can kind of take a moment to look around at some of the things I was started to play around with. Ooh, I've got to harvest. These are all of the horberry bushes that I found while caving. It's very nice. But anyways, you gotta take a moment to really take in a lot of the blocks. For about 3 or 4 days, I played around with some more chisel, which is really exciting. Now, the only thing that I found is that the creator of chisel happens to like a certain block, and that is the marble, because he's got just about every single block possible that you can create, plus some with, you know, these pillars and all that stuff out of marble, but he does not have it out of the stone. Now, I do not know if he intends to 18, right. I don't know if he intends to add a lot of that support, but as you can see, I found one of my new favorite blocks, and it's pretty. Of course, you just gotta find the chisel. And unfortunately, there's a lot of blocks that we don't really have any control over, like this opal, which is really nice. It'd be really cool to chisel that. Quartz. So pretty much, so chisel does not work with anything geostrata, as you can see. So, all right. So while we're waiting, let's grab what we can. I think no, 26. And let's create. Let's actually look in the book real quick, or not in the book, right here. So yes, we're going to need to create some seared bricks, and one of the other things we're going to need to create. Wait a second. Okay, that was weird. We're going to need to create a tool forge. Oh man, that's expensive. We do have enough stuff, so in order to create a tool forge, now this is important. This is what we're actually going to pour the molten liquids into once we get to that point. So unfortunately, it's a necessary investment that we're going to have to make. So, all right, what do we do here? All right, I'm going to create another one of these. Boom. Boom, boom, and the 3 seared bricks there. Did I do it right? Oh, tool station. Crap. Sorry about that. Nope, I don't want that one. You stay there. No! Good happen. Good thing I made extras. And that works. Beautiful. Tool forge. Alright, so that is going to be a necessary item. No. Stop it. Alright, how many more we got? We've got some more of these. Now, in order to create this, we're going to have to start off with at least 9 seared bricks for the base, plus probably, we're going to need to do a lot. So 9, look at that, perfect. And so we can start placing our pieces while we wait for the rest to hook up. Alright, so if we come over here, this is kind of my holding cell. And we'll make this a nice little building, of course. Get out of here. You, go on. Alright. So, we're going to place these down. Boom, boom, boom. Step 1, complete. Alright, cool. Now that we have that, let's create some of the other important items that are going to be needed, and then from there we can just kind of fill in with the seared bricks. So what do we need? I don't need tank there. And we're going to need a seared tank, which is seared bricks with a centerpiece of glass. Like that. Let's see, do I have any glass in here? I do not. I have it somewhere else. Yeah. Alright, so we need to create a seared tank. Boom. Seared tank. Another thing we're going to need to do, we're going to need a smeltery controller, which is just a circle of seared brick. That's how we're going to be able to pick things and, you know, put other pieces in. We're going to need a smeltery drain, which we need a couple more. Yeah, we got enough. This is where the liquids are actually going to be able to come out and go back in, which is important, especially that second part. Got that. We need the bricks, and we need a seared faucet. So let's take you. We got the faucet, and now the rest is going to be filled in with bricks. And as that cooks, let's start placing our pieces. We'll get enough. And I'm going to start making some seared glass and stuff to kind of make it a little bit prettier. But until we kind of get this whole thing complete, it's not necessary to do it. So we're not going to right away. One other thing too is you don't have to worry about these corners. These corners are not a part of the design, so you don't have to actually fill them up, which is nice because it saves us a lot of material. That's the big thing. Alright, so what do we do? We're gonna tink this way, of course. And so I'm going to want to put a seared tank here. I'm going to put the drain, at least the first one, here. And we need the controller, and we're going to put the controller in here. Yep. And then, so what we're going to do from here, we are going to get our tool forge. And the tool forge is going to go, at least the first one, right there. Right, so that the forge can then put some, and the drain, excuse me, the liquid will drain out of here into the forge, and then we can create some tools. Alright, so now, I'm going to skip this, of course, because it's a lot of boring waiting, and we have the necessary pieces attached. What I need to do, I need to wait for more bricks to come out, and the frame here, right there, is all going to be filled in with the bricks. So I will be back when this is filled, and we can move on from there. So I will see you soon. Okay, so we have almost finished here, and we've got the last of the blocks needed. Let's see if we got a change. Boom! And how do we know if we've created it correctly? Well, we see this guy here. Fire it up. Now, unfortunately, we are not done creating the smeltery. We have one more thing that we're going to need, and that is a heating source, and that's lava. We're going to need some lava. And so the way we're going to be able to do that, we can, of course, grab it bucket by bucket, but we're going to want to have... Where are you? Yes, here it is. We're going to need to have a portable tank. And it's very easy to make. We just need some glass and a copper ingot. And what I'm actually going to do is, yeah, actually, no, we'll just do that. We shall start off with the portable tank for now. And what's good about the portable tank is that you can go down. It carries, how many? Shift. 8,000 millibuckets, which is 8 buckets full of lava, and you can pick it up and move it around. So instead of having to have 8 buckets in your inventory, you just need one. And as you can see from that, it is upgradable, which is sweet, in my opinion. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing. Where do I have the glass? Oh, I have it in my inventory. Silly me. Alright, so boom, 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 boom. There it is, portable tank. So I just so happen to have some lava right down here. And that, yes, of course, is a terrifying noise. Come on, come on. That's awful. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to grab the bucket. and put you in here. Boom. Six and 7. This is a bad placement. Come on. Oh. Oh, man. Crap. Alright, I forgot that you needed to pick this up with the special tool. Alright. Dude. Gimme. I only wasted a little bit. Alright, so I will be back with the necessary tool, and we will get to moving. Alright, yep, I needed my crescent hammer. Now what you can do with the crescent hammer, you can right click it and you can change the mode from input to output, which is very cool. And that will allow you to grab buckets from it, of course. And we're going to put that back in. Now in order to lift it up, you have to shift right click and boom. There you go. We've got a tank with 8,000 millibuckets, or I don't know, just eight buckets full of liquid. So from there we have to head all the way back up, back outside, and we will eventually remedy this movement situation in the maybe near future. We'll see. Well, we'll definitely at least have stairs there soon. I've just been I've been clearly low on marble. So plus there's other things that you guys want to see other than me building stairs to places, of course. So let's bring this over. What are we going to do? We're going to hop up here, throw this right down. You can see the little nozzle that extends. Switch it to the other output, and boom. Now this only holds 4,000 millibuckets, which is perfectly fine for us. We are going to shift right click, give back. Thank you. So this is full. And we will eventually expand this, of course. So, alright, now everything is complete. What do we got to do? Well, we throw in items, of course. And so I am going to do a little bit of research, and I'm going to come back. Oh, wait, no. I know what we're going to do. Duh. No research necessary. Alright, so we are going to use our stone tools, the stone pieces. No, come back. I want you. And use our stone pieces and create some casts because we don't want to use stone stuff. Alright, and so we're going to grab just the simple things for now. The pickaxe head, and we're going to do the axe and the shovel head. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're going to take these, and we actually need some of this and some of this. Yep. Which is kind of a waste of gold, but I don't feel like making aluminum brass, to be honest. Alright, so take this. We're going to throw these in there, and you can see they're starting to heat up. And when this little hot bar gets all the way to the top, we are going to have some gold, melted gold in the smeltery. So from there, what do? Well, we gotta wait, of course. It takes a little bit of time, and each metal has a different melting point. Some are slower, some are faster, and we are gonna want to make we're going to want to have some smeltery stuff for just about every single item. So we're going to go through a lot of gold here, of course. Almost. We just got a little bit more. In the meantime, I'm going to grab some berries. Come on. Don't eat it. You have to finish your work first. Come on. Boom, boom. And these berries are just so quick. You can just see. It's awesome. And the neat thing about this smeltery thing here is that, you know, you can see everything that's happening. Now, boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Molten gold. I've got 18 ingots. Cool. Awesome. So this smelter here is based off of you know, how many slots are available. And that is based off of the exact interior size of the smeltery. So as you can see, there are 2 groups of 9, so there are 18 locations for us to smelt. The more we build this up, the more slots we're going to have to create more stuff. So, all right, what are we going to do? So we're going to start off with a stone tool rod. Place that right here. Nope. Nope. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Alright guys, I'm back, and I made a big goof, and you probably were sitting there screaming at the computer screen, and if you weren't, well, here's my goof. Alright, so I used the Tool Forge, and I was thinking that it was this guy, the casting table. No. The casting table is actually created by, if I can find it, making some pants out of some seared bricks. And then, from there, officially... No, stop it. Alright, we're going to take the stone rod, put it there. As you can see, it goes into the tail. You right click on the nozzle, and it fills right up. Now you just got to wait for it to harden, and you now have a tool rod cast, which is very exciting. So what we can do, and I'm not going to use the gold in here, of course. No, that's silly. What we can do is we can use this to then do a reverse action. So now that that is out, we put that in, and then we hit the button when we have the desired metal, and it will fill the cast and then create our metallic item. So we are going to go through and create a whole bunch of these, and then as you can see, it uses quite a big bit of ingots here. So we start off with 18, and now if we look here, we've got 14. So it uses 2 per action. So we are going to take these and throw these in there. And that's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but that's okay because we are going to have to run around and get some stuff. So... harden up. Alright, now these are the necessary things. Let's look one more thing. And this is nice because we can look in here and what we need to build. These are the advanced ones. Very nice. Okay. So I'm going to grab all the things that we need, and we are going to finally build at least 1 tool, and it's not going to be what we had before by a long shot. We've still got some things we got to work on, but we're at least going to get a little bit further. So, yep, I'm going to... What do I need? Don't need you. I need you. All right, you're coming with me. So I will see you in a second. We will be right back, and we will have a lot more of these built, and we'll be working on our first set of Tinkerer Construct tools. And we are back, and so what do I have here? We have started the process, of course. Inside the tank, I've got some aluminum ore, I've got some obsidian, some iron, and the hope is that I've created the ratios correct enough to make the alumite. Yes. Ooh, molten aluminum, almost. Just gotta get these ingredients. And then from there, what we're going to do is going to create some of our tools again. Which ones are we going to create? Well, we are going to start off with our pickaxe. It is most imperative that we get our pickaxe, and we need a head, we need a tool rod, and a tool binding. Now, as far as the excuse me, as far as the tool rod goes, what I'm going to want to do is create some use the blue slime crystals. Now let's see. Blue. Is this the right part? Nope. Here. Congealed blue slime. Does it turn into the crystal? Where are you? Holy Holy smokes, I can't even... There it is. Oh. Oh, look at that. Whoa. That is part of Meteorcraft, guys. Let's go take a look real quick. I know we're taking a quick moment off, but this is something that we have not seen yet, and that is a meteor fall from the sky to give us some cool tools, of course. Now, luckily for us, this fell way off into this side down here, and what do we have? Ooh, it is a nether platinum. Ooh, give me that. Come on. It is a nether meteorite, which is really cool. Don't touch that stuff. Ow! Oh, I'm dying. I thought I was catching on fire. And that is a neat trick too. I know that's kind of like a Minecraft trick, but if you think that if you're about to drown, you take a bucket, if you have one, hopefully, and grab a bit of water, and boom. So I will go exploring. Ooh, there it is. There it is. There it is. So we were blessed with a really nice rock. It's got some diamonds, we got some platinum, there's some good stuff there, and I just wanted to show you that real quick. So, okay, and we are back. I have been looking at some things, and so what we're going to need for our rods is we're going to need this gelatinous slime. Yummy. It's the blue variant, and what we got to do with that, we got to add some sand and some dirt, get some slimy mud, put you in there. And then we take the slimy mud and we throw it in here, and what is that going to make? That is going to make us a blue slime crystal. There it is, slime crystal. And why is this important? Well, we are going to be making components out of it, of course. And so we're going to be doing that. We need one more thing for our pickaxe to make it as good as we can possibly get it. Sorry for, no, I don't want that. And I think we have some up above. And my inventory is chock full, of course. Always. We're going to have to make some backpacks. In a future episode, of course. Because this is getting extremely long, and I just need to get this finished. Alright, so let's take a look real quick. See what we've got. We've got molten alumite, 6 ingots. Beautiful. We're just about done, guys. Just about done. And I'm going to let you go, but smash the list out. And of course, because we are... I don't need that. Because we are running out of inventory space, it's getting trickier. Alright, so... let's get this started. Let's get started. So, we need two things first. If we're going to create a little bit of lag, a pickaxe. Well, we need a pickaxe head, which is going to be supplied by the alumite. We've got to get a binding, and we need a tool rod. Now, each one of these items affects the tool in a certain way, but they are very different. Now, it's important to understand how they affect it, because it's only then that we actually can really... oh man, I'm missing one more thing. Dang it. Alright guys, so I've lost a couple segments of video because I went to go start and I needed something else. So I just decided to move the entire setup up here. We have everything, including our pattern chest, a stencil table, part builder, and part of it is because you can't build everything in just one thing. You have to have all the components for it to be useful. So what are we going to do? We need to create first the tool binding for our pickaxe. So we're going to put the tool binding here, and we're actually going to use paper. And the reason for paper, it does not affect mining speed, doesn't do anything like that. All it does is it gives us the written or writable modifier when we actually create it, and what that means is that we get an extra modifier when we go to add extra bits and pieces to our pickaxe, and that's important to know. Let's actually bring this back up. This base durability here, the handle modifier, mining speed, mining level, all this means nothing when it comes to a tool binding. Now, if I were to create a tool pickaxe head, it would have a durability of 30 with a mining speed of 2, and I could only go up to stone. So that's kind of how that works. And then the handle modifier is only for if you get a tough rod or the handle of the device. So they don't really do a great job of explaining and grouping this up. So that's kind of something that you have to really just figure out, look at a wiki, and then call a day. But anyway, so what's next on our list? We need to then find, I think I already had it here. Did I have it? Nope, I don't want that. I need to get the tool rod, knife blade, tool rod pattern. There it is. And then we're going to take the tool rod and put our slime crystal of the blue variant kind. Now, this is important here. Now, if we look at this, again, the mining speed means nothing. The base durability means nothing. It's just the handle modifier that we're looking for. So when we look at our alumite, what that's going to do is we're actually going to have a durability. Let me just pull up the list real quick. We're going to have a durability of 550 base with an alumite tool, and because of the handle modifier, you multiply that by 2.0, so we're going to get an 1100 durability tool because we have a blue slime rod for the handle, and then because we have a paper binding, that is going to in turn give us an extra modifier, which is very exciting. So how do we do this? All right. Let's go, and we're going to grab our pickaxe head cast. That's going to go in here, and we're just going to hit the button. The alumite's going to pour in, and presto, boom. So we have now our alumite pickaxe head, and what do we do from here? All right, this is the final step. Well, this is the final step in a list of long steps. So we click on our pickaxe here, and then all we do is literally put in the pieces. Now you can see we have pickaxe. It's got a durability of 1100. Why is that? We did the math already. Because the slime rod has a handle modifier of 2, which multiplies the base durability of the alumite by 2. So we've got 1100. The mining speed is 8, which is it is close to the fastest. I think it ends up being 3rd fastest, but the big thing is it allows us to mine cobalt, and cobalt is the next step in our long list of upgrading our tools, which is great. Now, also, lastly, we have, actually, let's do this real quick. I know this is, again, going a little bit long, but we're going to grab the stone binding and just do a little test here. So, if we go back on the pickaxe, here, boom, modifiers remaining. We only have 3. So literally all that does is it just gives them extra modifier right there. And each one has a specific benefit, but honestly, paper is probably close to one of the better ones that you're going to get, and it's so cheap, so you really don't have to worry about it. And one other thing too, because we have an alumite head, it comes with the added ability of having reinforced 2, which is equivalent to unbreaking, which is nice. Boom. We have our first own made with our own materials Tinker's Construct tool. And for what we can do from here is we can choose to make our shovel and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to wait. We have gone probably ridiculously over time. In the next episode, we are going to look at creating some better tools, some more additional ones. We're going to look at modifying the ones that we have and adding some of those upgrades that we were looking for, and explain how those work. So thank you guys for gritting through this episode. There was a lot that happened and a lot that I had to get done in order to get this to a workable state, to be honest. In the next episode, what I'll probably have is I'll actually have this little, in a little dome. Bloop.
cover it because for a while I was having trouble. It wasn't smelting anything, and that's because I had some snow on the inside. So you got to be careful with that. But again, guys, we just took a huge step in our progression here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this episode, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, all of the above. It helps my channel and it helps you. So until next time, guys, we will see you then. Bye-byes.